For the famous vegan climber, climbing K2 is more than just a personal goal. It was a statement of her values and commitment to the environment. But when a terrible accident strikes, he finds himself in a race against time to save himself and the mountain that he loves. Will he be able to overcome the impossible odds and emerge victorious? Or will K2 claim yet another victim? K2, also known as the Savage Mountain, is a peak that has been notorious for its dangerous nature. The winter of 2021 saw both victories and tragedies take place on the slopes of the mountain. A team of Nepalese climbers achieved the impossible by conquering K2 in the harsh winter conditions on January 16, 2021. However, just 3 weeks later, a climber fell to their death and a trio of climbers went missing. This is the story of Bulgarian mountaineer Atanas Skatov, who had a passion for climbing and a deep devotion to a vegan lifestyle. Atanas Skatov was born on March 11, 1978, in Slave, in Bulgaria. He graduated with distinction from Agricultural University in Plovdiv with a master's degree in plant protection. Skatov's dream was to become the first vegan to climb the 14 highest peaks on Earth, also known as the Crown of the Himalayas, without consuming animal products. Although Skatov's climbing career began relatively late in 2010, he quickly made a name for himself by becoming the first well-known person to climb the highest peaks of the 7 continents in just 3 years on a vegan diet. Additionally, he was the only Bulgarian to climb Mount Everest from both the north and south crests. For his ascent of Mount Everest in May of 2014, Skatov received the Golden Bulgaria Award, an achievement he was rightfully proud of. In May 2018, Skatov received the Golden Bulgaria Award for Athlete of the Month for climbing Mount Denali. In the winter of 2021, the then 42-year-old Skatov and his team decided to climb K2 as part of the commercial team's 7 summit tracks. The idea of the climb came about after their colleagues and fellow filmmakers, John Snorri, Juan Pablo Moore, Ali Setpara, and his son Sajid, wanted to attempt to climb K2. Setpara's team had been on the mountain since December 5th and were well acclimated. Skatov and his team only had 2.5 weeks to follow and film their colleagues during their climb. There was hardly any time to acclimate, but they already had 15 years of high-altitude experience. During the evening of February 4th, more than 25 people were located in High Camp 3. Skatov and his 2 Sherpas, Larkpa and Pasankhaji, decided to join the crowds and camped in their own tents. They decided to buy 6 bottles of oxygen. The idea was to keep these bottles together, but the oxygen was not where it was supposed to be. There was a miscommunication, and Skatov only received 1 bottle of oxygen. On February 5th, the climbers started their ascent towards the summit. Skatov was in good spirits, and his body was strong. He had the stamina and endurance required to reach the summit, but a misfortune awaited him. As he climbed, Skatov realized he was running out of oxygen. Skatov had no choice but to turn back towards High Camp 3. However, he did not make it back to the campsite alive. Skatov fell to his death while trying to descend the mountain. Skatov was a man of many passions. He was not only an accomplished mountaineer with a love for climbing, but he also had a deep devotion to a vegan lifestyle. Additionally, he had a background in plant conservation as an agronomist. Skatov's passion for climbing was driven by his desire to make history and push the limits of what was possible. The terrible accident of the famous vegan climber on K2 is a powerful reminder of the risks and dangers that come with exploring the natural world. Despite his extensive experience and physical conditioning, the famous vegan climber found herself at the mercy of the unpredictable forces of nature. The legacy of the famous vegan climber will live on as a reminder of the importance of respecting the environment, acknowledging our limitations, and prioritizing safety above all else. We must learn from his experience and use it to inform our future endeavors in the natural world.